Aloha, I'm Stan Cox, Principal Broker and Strategist with SC Finance Strategies and Insurance Consultants. I'm also the author of the books on the tax-free cash growth warehouse strategy, and I'm the Managing Director of the Hawaii Financial Free Thinkers Academy, a nonprofit financial literacy education organization. For the past several years, I've focused on and specialized in the infinite banking concept and the tax-free cash growth warehouse finance strategy. Infinite banking is the term Nelson Nash used to name a financing method that's been used for some 200 years and that empowers a person to replace banks and the banking system with a personal financing system that gives all the advantages to the individual who employs it. What do I mean when I say it gives all the advantages to the individual who employs it? I mean all the advantages that the banks have. You may not have thought much about that, but really banks have and take advantage of a whole lot of benefits that most people just quite frankly hand over to them. Ever wonder why banks and bank owners are so rich? You might say because everybody just gives them their money, and you know, you'd be right. But when we give the banks our money, they have to keep it safe for us, make it available to us whenever we want, and pay us interest on it. Not only that, they have to pay people to keep track of it and maintain their facilities. So again, why and how do banks and bank owners get so wealthy? Well, what happens when we give them our money to take care of for us? They put it to work to make money for them. And obviously they do pretty well with it. But here's the thing, you and I can do pretty much all the things the banks do to make money with our money and make that money for ourselves instead of the banks. So let's look at what the banks do with our money. Have you heard of BOLI? That's B-O-L-I. It stands for Bank-Owned Life Insurance. Roughly 15 to 20% of all the money the average bank holds of ours is invested in BOLI. Why? Because it's the safest, guaranteed way to grow your money tax-free. Banks typically buy huge life insurance policies on their upper management executives, but they may also buy policies on any and all of their employees. And as the owner of the policies, the bank receives the tax-free growth of the cash values. And if the employee should die while the policy is in force, the bank receives the death benefit tax-free. And here's where the infinite banking concept begins. You see, participating whole life, that is, whole life insurance issued by a mutual insurance provider, pays dividend interest to the cash value of those policies, hence participating. And that dividend interest is paid and grows the cash value of the policy tax-free. Now think about it. Buying whole life insurance is the safest, guaranteed way to triple your money, at the very least. For example, if you're a 40-year-old man and buy a $500,000 life insurance policy, and you pay the premiums until you're 100 years old, you will have paid about a total of $530,000 in premium over the 60 years you paid into it. But with a participating whole life, the death benefit will have grown from $500,000 to over $1.7 million. And guess what? At age 100, the insurance company will cut you a check for that amount. That's well over 3 times what you paid into it. And you don't have to pay any tax on it. Now, if you pay your premiums for only 10 years and then you die, you will have paid about $88,000 in premiums to the policy. And the death benefit will have grown to about $560,000. That's over 6 times what you paid into it, and that will be paid to your beneficiaries tax-free. Bottom line is, participating whole life is a great place to put your money. But that's just the tip of the iceberg of benefits. Now, here's where the actual financing strategy comes into play. Besides investing in BOLI, bank-owned life insurance accounts, with your money, what do banks do with your money? They lend it out to you and others at anywhere from 5 to 24% APR. And a good deal of that is amortized. And that basically means that interest of 5%, the banks will actually collect 15% or more. And in the case of mortgages, instead of 2%, which is pretty much the going rate for mortgage loans right now, 2%, they'll actually collect 50% or more. Ouch. And here's the trick of infinite banking strategy. You can leverage the cash value of your participating whole life policy, loan the money to yourself or someone else, and invest it in something that will make more money for you. But when you have your policy with the right company, your cash value will continue growing with the high dividend interest, even while you have it leveraged with a policy loan. There's no tax on loans. So you get to use your money tax-free while it continues to grow tax-free. And when I say high dividend interest, I mean 5 or 6% or more, not the insulting fraction of 1% the banks pay. Currently, the company I use the most is paying 6% compounding dividend interest. Yeah, that's right. 6% annual compounding interest. Yeah, I heard you say, wow. So yeah, that's a pretty nice advantage, wouldn't you say? Your money is growing at high annual compounding interest rate, and you get to use it to invest and make more money, or really for whatever your pea-pick and little old heart desires. And guess what? You aren't locked into a repayment schedule that the bank determines. You own this bank, and you decide how and when and how much you'll pay back to your policy loans. Now we're talking, right? And if you happen to own a business or have a side hustle and a GE tax license, and you invest your policy loan on inventory or anything for your business, you get to deduct the policy loan interest from your income tax. Okay, I'm really just getting started here with what infinite banking is and the incredible advantages you can gain when putting it to use. But I'm already at about 8 minutes on this video, and I don't want to take too much of your time with this right now. So I'm going to make you an offer that you really shouldn't refuse. I've written 2 books on the advanced finance strategy I've developed based on infinite banking, and I call it the Tax-Free Cash Growth Warehouse. I'll give you this first book that explains the advantages in more detail and how to use it, just click the link below that says request the book, enter your name and email address, and I'll send you the PDF of the book free. Simple as that. And when you finish that book, shoot me an email and I'll send you the second book. That one is all about the most practical, most beneficial uses of the strategy. There's 10 in all that I have in the book. I know you're going to want that after you understand what a great advantage this financing strategy is. If you found this to be helpful, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Also, post your questions and comments here. For a more complete explanation of the tax-free cash growth warehouse strategy, you can watch our 60-minute webinar. The link is in the description box below. The link to buy my books on Amazon.com is also below. If you'd like to book a free phone consultation with me, the link to my Calendly page is also below. If you'd like to apply to become a client of ours, the link to the application is also below. You know, we're here to help, and we look forward to helping you. Remember, click the link, request the book. I'll send you the PDF of the first book for free. And then when you're done with that, send me an email, let me know, and I'll send you the second book also for free. For now, aloha and mahalo for watching.